Spain's Supreme Court has ordered the suspension of 6 jailed and exiled leaders as MPs. This after enforcing an article in the Penal Code for individuals prosecuted for terrorism and rebellion. Hello and welcome to Catalan News. Carles Puigdemont is one of the MPs stripped of his seat for the time being. This as the trial for the independence case is still no set date. In our show, we'll get you all the details on the decision by Spain's Supreme Court, and we'll also go through the aftermath of yesterday's crucial meeting between Catalonia and Spain's presidents. The judge in charge of the independence case affecting 25 leaders closed the inquiry today. 18 of them have been officially prosecuted. Meanwhile, the court applies for the 7 remaining who are abroad to be tried in absentia. Today's decree came with a relevant decision.
The Spanish Supreme Court has ordered the suspension of 6 jailed and exiled pro-independence MPs from holding any public office. They will have to give up their seats in Parliament while awaiting for a verdict on their cases. Among the prosecuted leaders affected are former President Carles Puigdemont, currently in Germany, former Vice President Oriol Junqueras, who has been in prison since November last year, and former grassroots activist Jordi Sánchez, who has been behind bars since September, as well as the ex-Foreign Affairs Minister Raúl Romeva. As they are all MPs, their suspension from office would change the makeup of the Catalan Parliament, something that the government sees as intentional.
Clarament és en interès de seguir alterant les majories parlamentàries que han sorgit de les urnes del 21 de desembre. Veurem què fa, què no fa, com pot reaccionar el Parlament de Catalunya.
Some unionist parties also reacted to the move. The leader of the People's Party, Xavier García Albiol, took to Twitter to say that the suspension of the MPs is the result of living in a democracy. Whether the Parliament contests the judge's decision or not remains to be seen. If, in the end, these politicians are barred from their seats, the judge's order allows other individuals to replace them. The other 2 politicians affected have also been locked up in a Madrid region penitentiary for months, until today. Jordi Turull and Josep Rull have begun the process of being transferred to Catalan prisons, with a stopover in Azuera centre in Zaragoza. They will spend the night there before coming to Catalonia. Alongside Joaquim Forn, they were the last leaders remaining in Madrid prisons. For a 4th time in a row, Forn has had an appeal for his release rejected by the judge. He has repeatedly asked to be freed, arguing that he has abandoned his political career and therefore there is no threat of a repeat offence.
The Catalan president, Quim Torra, commented on the possibility of ending up in jail himself as well. It was in an interview where he also went through yesterday's crucial meeting in Madrid. Today, some effects of the summit started to show.
The Catalan president, Quim Torra, continues to express positive vibes from yesterday's meeting with his Spanish counterpart, Pedro Sánchez. Yet in an interview the day after the first official summit between leaders of both governments in 2 years, Torra also made it clear that the way out of this political crisis is still very far off.
Això n'hi podem dir inici de diàleg. Això n'hi podem dir inici de diàleg. Això en podem dir ja inici de negociacions? Doncs potser encara no.
Despite Sánchez flatly rejecting a binding vote on independence, Torra said again today that he's not giving up on pursuing an agreed referendum or an alternative path should this fail. He was also asked about whether he's ready to go to jail and join 9 former officials behind bars.
Jo li vaig explicar al senyor Sánchez que jo tinc 55 anys, que els meus fills ja són molt grans, que jo no tinc res a perdre.
Torra also revealed that he will call a political conference in September, where he will put forward a new roadmap for the independence movement. Meanwhile, within a single day, the climate of dialogue has already resulted in 2 decisions. The vice presidents of both governments will meet on Thursday in Madrid, while the Spanish president has ordered the bilateral Spain-Catalonia committee be convened by the end of the month, 7 years since it last met. Also today, the Unionist Ciutadans Party, which called on Sánchez not to engage in dialogue with Torra, warned that the motion passed last week in Parliament confirming the path to independence has been changed as published in the official Gazette.
Se ha rebajado de intensidad, se han suprimido algunas palabras precisamente con el objetivo de limar las responsabilidades personales que hayan podido contraer.
The former Catalan Parliament President, Carme Forcadell, is in pre-trial jail for allowing debates and votes on independence. She faces rebellion charges, which might mean up to 30 years in jail.
Moving on, only 7% of women who study at university take engineering or architecture degrees. Only 1 in 4 students as a whole in these fields are women. The teen music band Macedonia and Barcelona's Supercomputer Center have joined forces to change this. They claim this is because of beliefs developed at a young age, such as certain prejudices and stereotypes regarding tech-type jobs. The song video you're seeing now, recorded at the center itself, aims to inspire young girls to take an interest in the field. This supercomputer at the centre is the 5th most powerful in Europe and 22nd in the world, so it might be the right place to persuade them to become tech heads. With people spending their holidays en masse lying on the beach, why not do something different? Ski resorts in Catalonia don't stop in the summer. Today we visited La Molina, among the top ones, and we found out how they adapt to the lack of snow. Wherever there were skis going up and down in winter, now there are paths for segways, bicycles or similar. Team sports are also part of the summer activities available, as well as zip lining, but with a harder ground to fall on. Last winter, 380,000 people visited La Molina and 40,000 users are expected for this summer season. From the north in the Pyrenees, now we head to the southern border. The town of Alcanar is a place where German painter Ursula Junst is working on her latest piece in her workshop, her outdoor workshop. This large painting is 6 meters wide by 4 meters long, and it will be installed in the window of a church in Nuremberg, Germany. Its name is Life Celebration, and it's about to be completed. Before we end our show, we'll show you some images and sound of a different kind of art form, chime music. Ahead of the international festival of carillons in Barcelona's Old Town, the chimes in the Catalan government HQ were tested, and the resulting sound was beautiful. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.
Si piques més fort.